Okay. Hi, Jill. Hi, Lisa. My name's Justin. I'm the mediator for today. So just a little background on me. I'm a qualified mediator. I have been for some time now. Just want to let you know that this is an open space and where we're going to work together to try and find some mutually beneficial resolutions to the conflict that you guys have. Okay, so now I want you to both know that I have absolutely no connection to either one of you. I'm an unbiased party. I'm more here as an assisting role. I'll not lead you in any way, and I will make sure that both of you are represented fairly, and that there's no conflict of interest of any kind. Okay, so we've got Lisa present. We also have Jill. Lisa, if you want to just say hello so that I can sort of build. Hi, Lisa. And Jill, how are you going today?
Good, thank you.
All right, excellent. Okay, so now both of you have this signed mediation agreement in front of you. Just want to confirm that we also agree to the confidentiality of the process. So what happens inside this room will not be taken out and used in any way.
Understood. Yes.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so both of us, we can just remember that we can settle at any time during this. If at some point you both feel like we have mutually, or you're both happy with the process and both happy with the results, then we can settle it. We'll do up the settlement document and that'll be the end of the conflict. So just keep that in mind at any point if you feel like, you want to be able to finish this up.
Sure.
Okay. So now, this is not court ordered. This is just a simple separation. You guys were divorced for separated for a year now, and you're looking to finalise the divorce and just got a couple of matters. Is that correct?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So we're both voluntarily here, and I just want to remind everyone that we both want to end this. We both want the conflict to be put behind. Obviously, we want to keep these ones out of the courts. Just as simple as I'm assuming you guys don't want to pay thousands of dollars. You don't want all of your time swallowed up. You've already been separated for a year, as I said, so I'm sure that we just want to end this one now.
That's right. We just need to find some sort of middle ground.
Exactly right. Well, that's it. The best thing is you come to mediation, both voluntarily. So it is an open place. We will try and work towards that definitely. I'm sure that for your kids' sake, you both want to get this one finished, and bury the hatchet, so to speak. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're both in the same room. I will now get someone whoever wants to speak first. This is completely up to you. Does anyone want to volunteer?
Look, I'm happy to put my position forward for negotiation. So.
Okay, Lisa, thank you very much. Jill, are you happy with that?
Yes, yeah.
All right, excellent. So yeah, well, Lisa, we'll get you to go first, just by maybe outlining what you want to achieve and, sort of what you want to avoid if we can.
Sure. Look, I know that Jill and her new partner no longer wish for me to be part of the business that we developed together in our relationship. I'm willing to hand over part of the business as long as I'm adequately compensated for the time and effort that I have actually expended during my time in our relationship. I know that Jill would like me to find other employment, which is fine, but I need time and some flexible, I may need to leave to go to other meetings and appointments in my hours that I'm currently working. And, I just don't think you can put a fixed time frame on me being out of the business until I find a new job, because I need income too to support our children. So if I'm not employed and then that and with no money coming in, then I don't know how I'm supposed to look after our children. I'm a bit concerned about how our the balance custody will work, because
Yes.
with Jill saying that she needs every second weekend and certain days of the week, I just don't understand how we're supposed to do any sort of, a set split, so to speak. I'm just concerned about how it will affect the children having to and fro that often. So that's my main concerns that I have.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much for that, Lisa. Jill, we'll try and start with one issue at a time, I think, just so that we've got a bit of clarity. So why don't we try and start with Lisa, you leaving the business? Maybe the realistic timeframes. We'll also look at maybe how flexible Jill is prepared to leave this one. So Jill, just with what Lisa was saying before about the flexible work arrangements leading up to before she leaves, just to go to meetings and interviews and all that, are you prepared to do that, or?
I can understand where Lisa is coming from, obviously. Yes, it does take time to find another job and, to apply for these positions. And, if you are called in an interview, you can't really dictate what time you will be there and things like that. But I'd also, like Jill to take into account that because she's leaving the company, we will have to find a replacement and we will have to put somebody in training for that time. So that's a double expenditure for the company. I am willing, if it's at least 2 days a week, if she could line it up somehow that way for 2 days a week to go to interviews and things like that, between, not so busy times, which would be maybe later in the afternoon or, just around afternoon time would be better because we're fairly busy in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, so I hope that she agrees with that.
Excellent. And maybe what we could do, I'm just putting this out there, because obviously Lisa, you'll still be giving your 2 weeks, is that correct? Your 2 week notice?
Well, yes, I would expect that that's what would be needed, would be 2 weeks notice.
Okay, excellent. Well, maybe Jill, you could start advertising for the position. Obviously not putting any pressure on Lisa to move or to leave. And then maybe when that 2 weeks notice is given, you could hire someone, and then Lisa, if you're agreeable, you could then train them up as you're leaving. I know that's pretty standard how things can usually work if you guys are both agreeable to that. Also with the days off, Lisa, it's completely up to you. If you're happy to take what Jill has just offered of the 2 days a week in the afternoons, if you can try and line it up.
Well, I guess I can attempt to make sure that that's when the interview times are, but I can't dictate to possible employers when I can come in for interviews. So it's I don't know if that's something that I can actually agree to because it's out of control.
Okay, well, let's try and find a middle ground on this one. Would it be preferable if maybe you aim for the 2 days in the late afternoons, but then if maybe it's something is an absolute, you could maybe, I don't know, take an early lunch break or take an early break so that you're not biting into company time too much. Is that something that sounds like you sort of could be agreeable with?
Yes, I've always put the business first. That's fine. That's fine.
Excellent. Jill, are you happy with that one as well?
Yeah, I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Okay, so we'll make sure that we put that in writing at the end of the session. Just that you'll try for the 2 days. So you'll try and line it up. But obviously, if something happens, or it's earlier in the morning, or it's on a different day, you'll just use your lunch break, or maybe a bit of your lunch breaks throughout the week, and put that towards things, just so the company's not affected too bad.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm fine. I'm agreeable.
All right, excellent. Now we'll move on to the sort of. So now we've discussed how you leave the business. We'll now sort of talk about what you take with you, if that makes sense. So just, you said earlier you're happy to give up, or to sort of sell your shares to Jill, just on the process of getting a mutually beneficial sort of compensation. Now, Lisa, we'll let you start again. Do you have a sort of idea of, or like a benchmark of what you are looking for?
For my,
I would have thought that at least a third of the business value.
A third, okay. All right. Jill, what do you think of that one?
well, we both started this company together, and Jill has always been there from day one, and she's always put in her 110%. So I think that's fair. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, there's a lot of good. I can tell you obviously do have a good relationship still. So with the third of it, are we going to divide it? Because obviously there's cars, the house, it's all in the company name. Is it just going to be as simple as we get a valuator out, they evaluate how much it is, and then Jill, are you just going to pay that to Nadine, to Lisa, the amount of the third?
Yes, I mean, once evaluations are done and then we come into the, actual asset and property pool and see, what everything is worth at the end of the day, because shares change every day, values go up and down.
And even what we could do is we can revisit this after we've had that valuation done, just so that you don't want to agree to something now, or possibly you might want to. I don't know if you want to settle early, we definitely can. But if you want to, get a valuation so we know the exact figures, we can definitely come back and revisit it in another session.
Yeah, but I'm happy with yes. As Lisa says, a third of the property pool.
I think it's a bit early to be making a decision on a set figure before everything's valued and we have an idea of what the value is.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly. But if we can, pencil it in and aim for about a third, that's what, Lisa, that's what you're after, and Jill, that's what you're willing to give, then I think that that's a good place to start, definitely.
Yes.
Okay. So what we'll do is now we'll move on to the. Okay, so look at that. So now we'll look at the custody agreement of the children. Now, I know that Jill, you do travel around a lot. If you want, maybe could you sort of let us know where you're looking at, or what days, if you've prepared that?
Well, like you said, I have a fairly busy lifestyle, and I'm very involved with the children's sporting activities and things, and I like to be present as much as possible. At the end of the day, I want the children to have equal time. But, with my work lifestyle, and we don't know, with Lisa's new job, what her schedule will be like either. So, I think it's really up to Lisa what she can do at the moment.
Now, Lisa, what I know that you were saying earlier that you don't feel like the 50-50 would really work in a sense, or in a traditional way of just sort of giving and sharing. If you want to elaborate on that.
Yes, well, I just think children are creatures of habit. They need to know that set days are going to be when they're going to be in certain places, and I I find it, you know, I understand every second weekend, that's fine, you know, but during the week, I don't know how it would need to be that it was set days of those weeks each week. Otherwise, I don't see how it could work. You know, to try and do a 50-50 split, I just see that being quite difficult to manoeuvre.
Yeah, maybe a possible resolution here is, so Jill, you are very active in the kids' sporting activities. I'm assuming they would have training throughout the week, is that correct?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, at least 2 times a week.
At least 2 times a week. Okay, well, maybe if you're happy with it, you know, I don't want to force you or push you into anything. Maybe if every second weekend, if that's, Lisa, if that's what you're saying you're happy to do, and maybe throughout the week, Jill, you could play an active role in the sporting still. So, you know, you could still take them to your sports, to their sports, and then, you know, take them to the games on the weekend, so that you've got a lot of quality time with the children instead of just, you know, having them sit around the house even when you're not there.
Yeah, I am happy with that, but I just think it's with, like I said, with my lifestyle, because, you know, sometimes I have to work away from the home. It's very hard to put actual set days. I think what would be more logical is maybe if Lisa would agree that maybe a month in advance we could maybe get together and just be like, okay, this month, this is what is happening. And on this week, on these days, I'll have the kids on these days and she can have the kids on those days. You know, unfortunately, I would love to have set days, but I realistically can't do that. And I realize kids need, you know, consistency, but that's the best at the moment that I can offer.
Okay. And Lisa, what do you think about that one? I know you do want a bit of consistency.
I just don't. I'm willing to give it a try, but I'm not willing to set that into custody orders at this stage, because I just need to see how it affects the children and if they cope with that sort of chopping and changing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, maybe if you guys wanted to take it out of here, maybe give it a shot, give it a try. You know, maybe we could get that sort of rolling while we're getting the business evaluated, just so that, you know, we're not getting you to come back all the time, so that we're saving costs. So maybe we pencil that in for a trial. So we'll trial the month thing. You know, get together maybe over the next couple of days, sort out what your schedule is, Jill and Lisa, what you're willing to do. If that doesn't work, we can revisit that in the next session. But other than that, yeah, I don't see much more we can do at this point.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm very happy to do a trial run, and obviously if it's not in the best interest of the kids, then we can come back again to find another solution.
Yeah. Well, there is a lot of positivity going on. Obviously, you guys still have a strong relationship, which is nice to see. I'm just going to throw it out on the floor. Is there any other issues that I'm missing or that you're wanting to raise?
Not that I've the ones that I've heard.
No,
okay, excellent. Fine. Well, yeah. No, that's right. So what we'll do is we'll wrap this session up now. Couple things to take away and think about, you know, mull over in the next month period until we, you know, come back and revisit it. Jill, maybe did you want to organise the business valuation? And if you wanted to, Lisa, you guys can sit down after you've figured out your schedule, Jill, and sort of just come up with an arrangement for the children over the next month. It's completely up to you how you guys want to do it, and then we can just, you know, tell me how it goes the next time we see each other.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right, excellent, guys. Well, thank you very much for coming. I think it was a very productive session. We've got one thing locked down, so that's good. 1 out of the 3 is not too bad. But yeah, other than that, you guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.